Hippity piss.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. It is Tuesday, October 26th. Where is the
Fuck,
year
dude.
gone? Where has the year gone?
Down the fucking drain.
Yeah.
How's
How you doing?
it going? I'm good. I mean, I've been better. But, you know, hell or high water, I'm going to be on the goddamn stream.
A little bit of pain.
Hey, no pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain, dude. True. It's nearly 2022 and I'm still fucked up from 2020. Yeah. I mean, I think at least for me, a lot of like the personal stuff that happened in 2020 is now not a thing anymore as far as like, you know, losing the job, the car. Like it sounds bad. I didn't like lose my car because of money or anything. I just got in a wreck and it was totaled and didn't have a need to have a car immediately. So
Yeah, sorry, my dog's losing his shit.
it's all good. It's all good.
All right, hey, you want to chill, dude?
He has no chill.
Well, there's like a bunch of sirens outside, and then someone left their dog out, so they're freaking out. It's just a whole thing.
Oh man, how was your weekend?
The weekend was good. Fast. I feel like the weekends are just flying by.
Yeah, you're
Not
coming
enough
up.
time. I feel like
Coming up on some time off though.
yeah, Thanksgiving will be a nice break. But no, today. So, all right, I'm gonna walk you through the 40 minutes of just like shit show that was physical education today.
Okay.
So, are you familiar with the Pacergram fitness test?
No, not by name, but probably by activity.
Yeah, so it's basically like a test that's like we're gonna gauge your physical advancement. So one of the tests is push-ups, one is flexibility, one is like endurance running. So today was like the flexibility test. So the coach is checking the flexibility. I'm just kind of assisting, making sure that my kids are not losing their shit. And then the rest of it was like basketball time / rope climb. So at some point, I'm playing with one of my kids, and you know we're working on hand-eye coordination and catching a basketball. And yeah, this girl walks over and someone goes, "Yada yada's bleeding." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I look over, and she's doing this, and she has her entire arm is covered in blood. Thank you, Clavier. That is 100%. I've had to listen to that 100 times. But she's like covered in blood. She's got the worst nosebleed ever. I'm like, oh shit. All right. So I get her and we're like in the bathroom. I'm like, lean over the sink. Let me get your arm cleaned up. But I'm like running around trying to find gloves. And so finally I get gloves and I get everything like together. And, you know, we're trying to like keep the kids, you know, coach is trying to keep the kids away because there's blood all along the gym. I'm like, all right, okay, let's get your nose plugged up enough that I can just get you down to the nurse as fast as possible. So I get her down. Yeah, rough day at work, exactly. So I get her down to the nurse. I'm like, okay, so now I got to go help with like cleanup. Nurse has got it taken up. So we go back. Oh, hold on. So we go back and come here, bud. Here, come here. You want to be a part of the stream? Oh, sorry. He wants to be so involved with the stream. He wants to yell. So we go back to treat the puppers. I will when he stops borking. And I'm helping get up. And then we have a new kid who likes to run away. Mm-hmm. Anytime it's like, hey, let's go. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, right. And starts taking off running. And so I'm like, I'm probably 4 feet away from her. I am like a hefty lunge away from being able to get in front of her. And I'm walking across the gym and I forget and I didn't realize that the janitor had come through and mopped a streak all along. So I wind up kind of trying to like not jump, but like, quickly take a fast step to get in front of her. And I wind up just fucking eating shit and,
Oh.
and slipped. And I wound up landing. My foot got under me and I wound up landing on my foot and ankle. And was just like on the ground. I was like, oh my God, if I just broke my ankle, I'm going to be livid. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, okay, I can turn it left to right, so we're okay on that. And I was like, I can up and down, but it hurts, but there was no pop. And I also turned my other ankle, which is slowly starting to show itself. And God, I'm so angry. So, like, adrenaline, all that stuff. And I'm, it's like, don't take the shoes off because the shoes are going to be a big part of preventing any swelling early on. And all that stuff. And by the time I got home, my ankle was just like throbbing. And then, of course, so I'm like, okay, I got to take the dogs out. I iced it for like 40 minutes. And then I took the dogs out. And my dog was like losing his shit because there's another dog on the dog park that's like 100 meters away from where we are across this big field. And he fucking yanks hard enough that the leash slips off my wrist. And now I'm chasing him around the apartment trying to get him. And thank God he hadn't pooped yet because I was able to catch up to him while pooping. But while on a hurt ankle, I was running on an incline. So I'm just like, Finn, fuck! Today's just
one of those days, huh?
Yeah, where I was like, I got back in, and I was like, I am okay if today just wrapped up right now. Like, if it was just like... what up, boomers? What's up? Yeah.
At least
so
we won't ask you to like run around and stuff,
Exactly. And you know what? The PCBs for the Baca Polycarb showed up today, so I'm happy.
Oh yeah.
One step closer to getting those bad boys out. Just waiting on cases now.
Nice.
What about you? How was your day? Hopefully it was less physically intrusive.
Yeah, my days are very much not physical activity as far as like I'm not chasing around children, and Anubis isn't like a runner. He's just like drop the
He'll
leash.
run, but he comes back to
yeah. I would feel 100% okay with like walking around with him not on a leash, but yeah, man. Finn the dog and Jake the human. Yeah, too bad you don't have a Jake.
Yeah, well, it'd be like that.
But no, day was good. This week I have a big like contract thing at work that's finalizing this week, which is really cool. And then I have an event that I'm working this weekend that I'm scheduling things for and figuring out how that's all going to work. Like a Digimon card tournament, video game tournament,
didn't
like
know
car
Digimon
show.
cards
Yeah,
were a
I didn't.
thing still. I knew they were like forever ago.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting doing like a anime event because like I'm reading all these things, like these activities that are happening. I'm like, I have no clue what any of this is. But yeah, so it's a busy week for me. So I have that this weekend, and then but yeah. But
Hell yeah, dude!
It's been good.
What about any mail come your way?
I did not get any mail, although I should be expecting some soon, and I got a little worried when I saw the Thockstock notification of Modern Dolch 2 being in stock somewhere, and I was like, what? I haven't gotten mine yet. And no, so that was somewhere overseas in the EU, I believe. But I'm expecting Modern Dolch soon, so excited for that. But I guess I can go first. So no mail today, but I did change my board out literally just before we started.
5 minutes ago.
So I wanted to put this on my desk earlier. I just totally forgot. I was in a meeting for a little bit and was working on some stuff. But this is my Iron 165 GMK Bingsu. As you can see, I do enjoy this because it's a little shiny. We've got, this is the obviously the round 1 Iron 165, and then we got some artisans here. There you go. The Travis Scott Jordan 1 OG colorway caps. This was like a secret thing from Lividity. So you got 3 of those. I think it works. It's not like the perfect pink to the like purplish color, but I think it works. I think it looks good.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's good. It's got Zycos in it, which are still holding up. Glorious Panda tops, way better than the drop Inver ones that explode after like 2 weeks of use. So, but yeah. What about you? Did you get any mail?
I did not get. Well, I got 27 PCBs, but
Ayo.
99% of those are not for me. But one of them is for Reed Intefee.
Ooh.
He was one of the winners of the Baca Polycarb. So Megan, my wife, got this.
That's
this
pretty.
is oh god, what's it? What's the name? What? Magic Girl what? But who made it? I forgot. I have the stickers. Terabyte. Yes, Terabyte.
Ooh.
So whoop.
Too far vertical.
Too far vertical. I tried. Rip. This thing's lit though.
It looks
came
sweet.
out really, really well. But yeah, Terabyte Caps made this little artisan box, and it just looks fantastic. They did a great job. So very pleased. My wife was super pumped when she found out about that. And then I've been using this. This is the JO1. So I built this. It's got ink yellows in them. So pretty solid build. I love the sound of the spacebar. It's super fucking big. I was using the crown, which is right there. You saw it if you saw the JO1 stream, it was on my desk. I was using that. I was fortunate enough. The person was like, hey, I told him, I said, hey, can I use it? I just kind of want to get, the feel. I think the JO1 Rev 2 is significantly better than the Rev 1 in terms of ease of building. I built them very similarly because one was built with GAT black inks and one was built with GAT yellow inks. So very similar. I think this one might sound a little bit better. But I also think a lot of that just has to do with the different gaskets. And then it looks beautiful. Perestroika has been nice, but it's the only thing that's been annoying about using this is the 2U backspace.
Oh yeah. That's always a funny thing. I forgot to take, here, I'll go back to main. I don't take my keyboard home from work. Typically I leave something there, and I had this board, the Iron 165 there for a long time. And then I took it home and I was like, I'm going to bring my Baca to work. I want to use the Baca at work. I had it there before, and then I had some issues and I wanted to rebuild it. And so I took it home, rebuilt it with the Anubis switches, and never took it back. And I totally forgot for like 3 days in a row. And I was using a like shitty keyboard with a 1U backspace. Like split backspace. Dude, not ISO, big ass enter.
Yeah.
With a 1U backspace.
I have a board like that. I have like a little Korean knockoff Alps board that has that layout, big ass enter with the 1U backspace. It's rough. Oh man. So this stream is brought to you by some awesome sponsors. We are sponsored by OmniType, Canon Keys, Kinetic Labs, as well as Project Keyboards. We also have some amazing partners with Type Beast, Zap Cables, 3DKeebs, which we'll hear a lot more from later, and Smith and Rune. So let's get into it. We have 2 topics tonight. We'll go over the boomer here in a sec. So we had some interesting goings on. I wanted to congratulate Mint Lodica for the website launch and her storefront launch, and then it almost immediately got taken right back down. And we don't know why yet. But speculation. Because I don't. Mensis, we've had her on. She's a smart person. She knows what she's doing. And to me, it's no mystery of whether or not her previous ties could be affecting her launching her own storefront. For those who don't know, Mentlodica worked for TKC at TKC. And it's just unfortunate. I'm like, is this TKC being like, you can't fucking do this?
I mean, maybe. I don't want to speculate too much.
Yeah. Sick of their shit. Yeah. Who knows? But this to me, this screams TKC.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it will get figured out in some form, or
who knows? Maybe it's Kaneki. Maybe Upas was like, "Hey, no."
Yeah, I mean,
I doubt it case, because I don't think Upas would do that. But it. So and she stated she's physically well. I'd love to talk to her about it. If it is some sort of legal issue, then it could be something as simple as
it could be a misunderstanding.
Hey, it could be a quick misunderstanding, or hey, you weren't supposed to sell that, or hey, maybe there was just a description on the website that they didn't want on there, or anything like that. It could be a whole number of things. The fact that she used to work for TKC, obviously there are certain disclosures that I'm sure she is legally not allowed to discuss via like an NDA or something. I mean, NDAs exist all across this hobby. I'm a part of a few, and it's one of those things that's like that goes on regardless of your employment status. So who knows? It could have been any slew of things, but we want to see that up because it's cool. We haven't really seen someone go, I worked here and now I'm going to do my own thing. Like from a vendor standpoint.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, has there been, I'm sure there has, but as of late, we haven't seen many like people who started out as a designer and then go into making their own thing. Obviously, like, I guess you want to put in Jay from Prototypist. But yeah, I mean, it's always cool to see having new vendors, having people getting involved. Obviously, having another female vendor is also really, really good. Yeah,
but who knows? I want to see this, end amicably and just everyone on the same page. It could be a lot of different things. Like we don't exactly know what it is. We don't even know if it's TKC that's being like, hey, stop this. It could be, like I said, it could be a couple different things. It could be she's brought in a lot of different people. It could be someone that she's been designing with that decided to revisit a contract or something. She's doing a lot of awesome stuff, and it sucks to see this hiccup, but I have full belief and full faith that she will come out of this on top. And it's a site that I want to, we want to kind of scream from the top of the mountaintops. She has a lot of really good ideas.
Yeah, and G Willett Hibby is Kate, who was previously with Rama, doing all of the metal caps, and as well as some other things that I'm sure will be done in the future with Hibby. So yeah, if you've been wondering where the aluminum and other metal caps have gone, that were Rama at one point, a lot of them are now Hibby, if not all of them. So
yeah, have we talked about that?
We have not, and
no, we have. I mean,
I don't honestly really want to be. I think they're split. There's a split there. If you're not familiar with it, at one point they were together. That's definitely not the case anymore.
Well, their relationship aside,
right?
Kate and Rama are no longer working together.
Right. I mean, in
And
both capacities, they were together. And now they're not.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty big because like obviously it looks like she basically just picked up right where she left off. And that kind of, it was cool to see that it was like, hey, I'm not going to fucking miss a beat. We're going to keep doing this. It's just going to be under a new name. And then Rama and Wilba stopped working together. That was pretty big too.
Yeah. There's also some other things. I don't know if you've seen this, but Rama put up basically all of the caps that they had like left over from group buys. Some of them hadn't even been fulfilled yet, like a bunch of caps. Like they had all the stock and they were selling them, which definitely not cool. IMO definitely not cool for vendors who hadn't fulfilled those yet because they're waiting for caps to come in, like for actual like GMK sets to come in. And so it's like now they don't necessarily have the stock from Rama to see like, hey, I need to change out some. So I don't know what's happening with Rama. I think there's a narrative where Rama is no longer a keyboard focused vendor.
He sells baseball bats now.
Didn't even know that.
Apparently, I didn't know it either until like a week ago.
Like chess sets and stuff, but yeah, Wilba has said that he's not going to be working with them for the future. He said he's willing to, fulfill all of the PCBs for the already purchased group buys. But
which is that's the right thing to do.
Well, at this point, that hasn't been confirmed from Rama whether or not that'll happen or if he's going to go through someone else. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see. I'll also be interested to see what happens with Via. I'm pretty sure that is fully Wilba and Olivia with ownership over that at this point, but I know that Rama did help with that initially. There's no need to be worried about your products. I don't think Rama's not going to pull one of those.
Well, thermal is also Wilba design, so
they're not going to pull. They're not going to not deliver group buys like that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think maybe he just takes a step back from the community as far as keyboard wise, and doesn't want to be involved in the same capacity that he was when Kate was there.
Yeah, which to each their own. I mean,
I'm really happy for Kate.
It would suck to see Rama go because it just seems like such a staple. But at the end of the day, if he's not going to put his best foot forward in terms of creating awesome keyboards and awesome products in the keyboard realm, then if he steps back and goes, I want to focus on other things, that's perfectly fine. He just, that was, I didn't know about the keycap thing. That's kind of not ideal.
I mean, yeah. And like, let's be real here. Like, Rama hasn't released a new design, like a Rama board. Let's not. Yeah. Thermal doesn't count. Thermal's not a Rama board.
He's only got 3 boards. He has 3 boards.
Yeah, he hasn't released a new one since 2019. Maybe with the U80. U80 was the last original new design.
Yeah, new like ground up. It was the M65. M65C will not have a Wilba PCB. There you go. And then the macro pads, but the M65 got a small rework, we obviously with the Kara cases being something a little different. It wouldn't surprise me if he just stuck with injection molded. I mean, that wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, the Kara is just an M60 in a different material.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if a year from now Rama was just like, bye keyboard community. Like, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think
not like he's going out of business. Like, it's more like, I don't know if I want to keep trying for keyboards. Like Starstone said, going for a.
I think that he will be no longer making keyboard products or making very few and far between. Or just doing reruns of things with small revisions. But I think the stuff that was pushing the community forward from that camp, I think will go from the um, will come from the hippie camp. I think that there will be lots more that comes out, like the cool stuff, like the thermal, um, that will still continue to happen from hippie.
Yeah.
So
And that kind of goes into the next, which is like finding that next step. And, you know, as talking to Lang about like becoming stagnant in designs and reruns and boards that all see, you know, we've talked about it before, the 65% with a badge and a blocker and gaskets, and how a lot of design hasn't felt like it's been pushed forward that much recent. We've been trying, but of course, you know, the world the way that it is has slowed things down quite a bit. But on top of that, new designers are coming in, but I don't. The thing that bothers me about a lot of the boards that I see nowadays with new designers is a lot of new designers are coming in and just kind of touching up what they thought was. I mean, it's kind of like, well, it's basically what I did. You know, it's like, hey, I want to make something, maybe make it mine, maybe make it better, who knows. But even to the point where it's like, I'm just kind of taking what I know will sell and sell it. 65%. I want the hype. It's like hype beast culture at this point. It's type beast culture. Starstone, my guy. But no, it's become kind of stagnant, and it can be jarring for people that have been in the hobby kind of waiting for the next thing, because I kind of feel like we have been sitting here waiting for the next thing to really start pushing the envelope even more. Like we pushed it really far, and then we started working back. We're like, okay, now let's make things cheaper and let's make things more accessible. But when you get all these awesome things, like, where do you go, right? When everyone will soon have a Bauer light, or everyone that wants one, I know that's what Garrett wants. Everyone wants these high-end boards. There's so many key Colts in the wild now. There are going to be a lot of Bauers in the wild, lots of Iron 165s, 1,400 Satisfaction 75s coming in hot. Like, it's a hobby, you know, in 2019, the reason the irons and the Bauers and all that stuff was really, really hype is because there was only like 200 of them combined across, you know, Bauer, iron, key Colt. There were not that many. Now, you know, there are so many that people are kind of, it's going to happen where it's like, what's the next thing? What can we look forward to? What can we go for next? Because, you know, I'm sure if the Satisfaction 75 sold again, it would sell really well, but that's just adding more Satisfaction 75s. That's not making something new and getting it super hype.
yeah, um, it's weird. I feel like I'm wondering how much of our lack of progression and willingness to try things is because of what we talked about last week, where we talked about like the buying power being fairly low right now. Just because people are kind of have a little bit of like, I feel like there's a group buy fatigue. People are like, you know, upset because they purchased things and it's taking a lot longer than they expected. And there's also like another piece that Starstone said last week that I don't think we really even commented on, was the fact that there's a lot of boards that are running from Asia at a significantly lower price that have a lot of the same feature sets. Excuse me, which I think kills a lot of experimentation, because it's people sink their money into something that's, you know, $300 that is getting them a lot of the features, at least at face value, of what they would expect from a $500 board. And I think it's really rough for someone who's trying to do something new that's a little bit more inventive to say, yeah, here's my board. It's really the first time it's something like this has been done. Like, this is completely different. It's $600. There's not going to be a lot of people that maybe get on that. It's one of those things, and we see the same thing with key sets right now, where round ones don't do great.
Yeah.
Round two, fucking insane. It's not everything, but round two is like nuts. And also, yeah, that's the other thing. Fox Lab ran unlimited group buy for the Leaf 65 turnaround was 6 months. Yeah, and like that's the thing. Turnaround if you're in Asia is insane. It's like actually fast. And then if you're here in America, it's like double, triple that, which sucks.
Yeah, it's not fun because, you know, you want to push things, but then and the other aspect of that too is, well, the desire of what people want, right? It's the amount of time. When are you going to rerun this? When are you going to rerun this? When are we going to get another Bauer run? When are we going to get another Iron 165 run? When are we going to get the next run, the next run, the next run of the same thing? It's not, when am I going to get something new? It's, I missed out, so I want the same thing. Well, we're not at the spot yet where you can just go up and go, I want this. Now I have it. Now I want something different. You have to wait. And then most of these people can't run multiple boards at the same time. That's not really frowned upon, but a lot of people don't want to run like 5 different boards. Especially, you look at Garrett, he's got two different boards that haven't even seen a round 1 yet. He's on the round 2 of the Bauer, trying to get the Bauer Light up off the ground. Guarantee you, all he hears, when am I going to get a Bauer? When am I going to get a Bauer or a Bauer Light? People don't care about the Bauer X because they want what is already out. They want what they see in pictures. So a lot of it has to do with, well, people are asking and wanting and borderline demanding, I want what's already out because I missed out. And that drives more. Designing a new board, prototyping, all that shit, it's expensive as hell. When you can go, well, I'll just run another group buy and make a shit ton of money, I get that. Maybe you want to run that group buy because you want to invest more money into a new project. Ding, ding, ding. That's exactly what I did. But that still pushes things back. Like, I wanted to run the Baca 70 back in fucking the spring of this year, but I had to run another group buy to afford it because, again, prototyping is expensive. So I think what happens is that 2-part of like, well, I want a round 2. Okay, well, I know you want a round 2. I need money. So let's push it back another 6 months, and then I get money for what I want to do. And then 6 months later, it's like, hey, now that these boards came out, I want them again. And you're like, cool. Well, I guess I'll run it again and just keep pushing this back. And then 2 years go by and nothing new's come out.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that we see some people trying to push the boundaries of things. You look back at the last couple of years, 2018 and 19 had like, and even into 2020, we were really like, we had the Alice style layout, which came in and just like destroyed everything. And then of course gaskets, and it was like the perfecting of gaskets. And it feels like we need that next thing. Like, what's the next big deal? Whether it's a mounting style or, plate material or something else. I feel like we just need to maybe experiment a little bit more. There were some other plastics that were going to be worked on that have kind of not been seeing any movement. Yeah, that's not, I don't think that qualifies as a plastic. PE foam. Everyone forgets about the EM7. Yeah, EM7 was the OG, but everyone called it the Alice style layout. But yeah, I mean, like Lodestone, right? That was an early 2020 talk about, and we're sitting here nearing the end of 2021. I know the protos exist, but I don't think we've seen a ton of movement on that. even like the Evolve, right? I think the other piece is that everything's so far back that the experimental ideas of manufacturing and stuff has to be kind of like recalibrated, you know, because it's gotten so crazy expensive. So
Yeah, it's just it's a lot. I you know, I've talked to Blind Assassin for a long time, and about like new layouts and doing different things. Like one layout that I'm seeing more and more that I really like is the F-Rollless 1800 style layout. I want more boards with numpads because I feel like that will help expand the hobby a lot, bringing people in who demand numpads. So I do think that's a one that's kind of under it, nowhere near has had the same influence as a TKL or a 65%, but yeah, Alu prices blew up sadly, but also you know, just like you kind of touched on it earlier with buying power, it's if you're going in going, well, I need to sell 200 of these and you're only going to sell 50, that's your project's dead on arrival. Like it's not going to be it's not going to have the longevity that you want it to. And like I'm sitting here looking at a J01 that got revised because people wanted J01s. People got J01s and people are happy, but I'm pretty sure everyone that got a J01 would probably be like, I'd rather have my J01 than wait another year for this board, but at least the hobby gets the lodestone. Like I get that. Like I completely understand.
yeah, I mean, every group buy is a risk, like in reality, and but for a while, it didn't feel like that was the case. It felt like it wasn't. There was no risk anymore. That
Yeah.
things just they get posted and they get bought, and it hits and it's successful. But now it seems like things are a little bit of a risk again, which
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit okay with that because it feels like we're gonna start seeing like things that probably shouldn't be run, have no business being run, don't get run, and now we'll start to see some cooler stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have to have something cool here in the future for it to actually get run.
Yeah. Or
So
we'll see that divide that we've talked about before between are you into mechanical keyboards, custom mechanical keyboards, or we'll call them, I don't like using the term, boutique. What's the other? Bespoke. I don't like bespoke, but boutique, like the more high end custom mechanical keyboards. Are we going to see that split? Are boards like the NK65 and the NK TKL and the Bauer Light, are those boards going to kind of move into the mass produced, you know, custom mechanical keyboards, and then there's that second branch of like high end custom mechanical keyboards? So
it's like the headphones we're wearing, right? Like
yeah, exactly.
we're both wearing
like,
audiophile headphones, but they're like
they're consumer
prosumer
friendly. Yeah, prosumer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where I want to shout out one community. The 40s community is always pushing every limit possible.
Yeah.
Also, the 40s community really likes 3D printed keyboards. So I will give the shout out that the 40s community does know how to keep it fresh. I have to because I'm just, my proximity to DD Decline has made me more like in line with 40s community people. And we have a lot of people that like 40s boards. And I see a lot of innovation there. So 40s is the future.
I think the reason that is because the 40s community is still very much a community of people, whereas like in reality the keyboard community that we reside in, that most of our boards reside in, is not really much of a community anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like no one's doing it for the boys anymore. They're doing it.
Yeah.
They're just like, they're not doing it for the homies. It's big
doesn't
business
seem
at this point.
well. Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like boards are being put together as a group anymore.
Yeah.
Where 40s, it seems like, oh yeah, let's do this, and like, oh, you do this, and you do this, and you do this. Now it's like everyone's kind of
no bad ideas given up on. You know, hey,
exactly.
sometimes
I mean, yeah.
sometimes bad ideas turn into fantastic ideas if the right people get a hold of them. So, hey, it is what it is.
Exactly. So we will continue this conversation, but we have a pretty cool guest coming on, so we're going to take a very short, like 3-minute break, and we'll be back with Davis the Great, who's in chat right now, of 3DKeebs, and we'll talk. We'll keep on this discussion.
Welcome back, everyone. We are joined by the owner and operator of 3DKeebs, Miss Davis the Greatest.
Yay! Yeah, what up? What up? I'm back, bitches.
I'm back. Yeah, last time you came on, Eric sadly was not here, but Davis is here. Quick shout out. This isn't a slam at any other vendor, but I love your face cam. Like you put a face to 3DKeebs more than anybody. Now, some people don't want to, and I get that. I completely understand that some people might want, like Mike kind of stays away from it, which is totally fine. But I love, like, it just feels so personal when I'm buying from 3DKeebs. Well, I don't even buy. I just hit you up and go, I want this.
I drop shit. He'd be like, yo, I need some of such and such, and I'd be like, all right, let me change the stock. Ellie, I love your face too. I miss you. Me and Ellie met in person. It was beautiful. She came to Texas. We had some Ellie and our barbecue. It was lit. Helped me
Dude.
hobble around. She met my mama too. So Ellie like my friend too now.
Hell yeah,
Damn.
dude.
Meeting the mom.
I walked you up the stairs that day. I remember.
Yep.
You're walking around better now, though.
Oh yeah, I'm getting around much better. I could put weight on my shit. I can. I still can't run. It's so funny because I'm chunky, right? So I used to fucking hate to run. Even when I played football, I hated to run. And I had a dream about running the other night, which is ironic. That's how life would do you.
Now you're like, you can't run, so now all you want to do is run.
Yeah.
Like spring my ass around shit.
That's just your rebellious, like, oh yeah, fuck you, world. I'm gonna run, prove you wrong.
I'm gonna run, bitch. Yeah. But I'm getting around much easier. I'm on 2 feet. So very happy about that.
Starstone, please come to DFW. It's a cool little place. We have a lot of cool places to eat, and that's don't do what Keeb Noob did and show up in August when it's like a bajillion degrees outside.
I'm so glad to see Ellie, but it was so fucking hot. Like we couldn't. Like if you come during like now up until
it's fine now. It's humid
now
today,
to like January, whatever. Like you could do patio shit, and we could be outside, and it's all lit. But
yeah.
Come
but 3DKeebs, the vendor that needs to be a vendor on fucking Mech Market. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Oh man.
But how's it? I mean, I know how it's been, but how's the 3DKeebs? You just hit 1 year, so congratulations on the 1 year.
Thank you.
About getting soon to do a bunch of work for me. Getting there.
The business has been good. Of course, it lagged off. I do really. So I'm a business major. I went to school for business. But this is my first business I've run, right? So I'm in IT as my day job. So I'm really seeing the effects of like social media shit and me not having my face and people seeing me. You lower the engagement and you can kind of see it in the sales and the feedback I get and the comments I get and stuff. Like it kind of fell off. Everybody hit me like, send me all the love in the world, which I appreciate. Shout out to everybody, especially people in chat. Ellie, Gently B, all y'all, Static, Gnarly Charlie, so much support with my injury, and people who knew that I was injured were like, take your time, whatever, blah, blah, but so it slowed down a little bit, and I felt out of touch for 3 months. I honestly, like my mental health was not the best because I not pride myself, but independence is my shit.
Yeah.
Being able to drive, like I love to drive. All that's my shit, and I couldn't do any of that. And I was y'all can ask my wife, she was sick of me. I was not a happy camper, so I kind of checked out of everything. So I had no clue what was going on. All the tea I'm catching up on. Catching up on. You lose 3 months in this hobby, and you lose so much.
Fuck, you lose 2 weeks in this hobby. It's like
for real.
What happened?
Yeah, like my market research, I go and check out my competitors. I check out the big guys. I check out the little guys, the newcomers, see what's going on in the world. What's the new it thing? Do I need to carry it? And all that. So, but we're doing good. We're floating along.
I want to quick story time when we were QCing all of the Baca polycarbs. I was just talking to Davis about stuff. She's like, when did this happen? I was like, oh, this. It was like a 30-minute conversation of me just catching her up on shit that was going on in the hobby. I was like, you gotta be on top of it.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yo, the amount of switches I'm a switch bitch, okay? Like I love, that's one of my favorite parts.
Can that please be a shirt? Or a sticker at least.
That is a cute sticker and shirt.
Switch bitch.
You take that idea. Nobody in here.
Yeah, no, don't take that.
That's all you. It's a 3DKeebs original.
3DKeebs OG. Just do it in the sage green of Mechs on Deck.
Yes. I'm gonna put the little emoji.
There you go.
I'm a switch bitch. Like I'm a switch modder. I was in the Switch Modders Discord for a while. I'm into switches. I read the Riemann Goats. reviews on shit. Honestly, I probably should pay him a little bit because I use how he rates switches to kind of feel out what I want to carry. Of course, I lean towards more tactiles because I'm biased like that. But yeah, lost all kinds of shit out here, man. Gateron is making switches for everybody and their mama. I know that was going on. Yes, it's in the competition is. Whew, it's still. I think if I was to open a store this year, I probably would be too intimidated to do so. Honestly, I probably would.
It's a lot.
It's
like you got in at the right time, but I want to talk about big ass mouse pads.
Yeah,
because
baby.
one, Eric has proclaimed that is the best name.
Perfect name. Perfect naming scheme.
Thank you. Because that's what they are. Like, that's the fuck they are. They're just big ass mouse pads. Like, I don't even think people use mouse pads. Do people use like the little shits that sit behind?
Not the tiny.
Like, I don't even think people use those shits anymore. Because if most people, I work in offices now. I've worked for startups for the last like 5 years of my career. So everybody has a Mac, and with the Mac mouse, you don't necessarily need a mouse pad or whatever.
Or they have like the trackpad, so it's not like a
trackpad joint. Yeah, especially if they're in visual design or editing or whatever. But yeah, I was looking at them and I was like, I'm really an artsy bitch too. Like, if you haven't seen my background, I know it's not lit up right now. I love art. And so I was like, art on a desk mat would be lit, and I want a way to do that. But what am I gonna call it other than a desk mat? I'm gonna call it bitch a big ass mouse pad because that's exactly what it is. So
it's such a real name because, like, in reality, it's not really a desk pad anymore because desks are so much larger. Like, everyone at home, their desk is bigger than their desk pad. It's just a big ass mouse pad.
Significantly.
I probably 30 to 40% of people who are in this hobby have the IKEA joint with the 2 Alex drawers, and some they either bought the countertop shit from IKEA or they went to Home Depot, and if they got creative, they stained that shit up. And yeah, everybody has a big ass desk, especially we remote now. For the most part, a lot of people working remotely from home. So yeah, the desk is where you at. So yeah, big ass mouse pad, big ass piece of art on your desk.
And you really take the art to the next level, in my opinion. When mouse pads first started coming out, some of them were cool, but a lot of them were pretty like yep, graphic designy. Like, you know, not to throw shade. Like one of my favorite mouse pads is literally a fucking checkerboard. But you have taken a lot of the artistic influences, and like you don't sell boring desk mats or mouse pads. You don't, and you know, we're starting to see more and more art kind of really come through on desk mats, and that's great. But you have been a huge proprietor of that, of pushing that, like, hey, it's fucking art. It's a fucking blank canvas. We don't need to hold ourselves down to just key sets.
And honestly, the mats that really not necessarily inspired me, but showed me it could be done, and I still want this motherfucking mat. If anybody messages me, Gaff's desk mat manufacturer, I will pay you. I'm playing.
There it is.
I'm serious. Because when I bought his, he was selling his joints for $50 on a Google form, and we went in there, and I bought both of them, and just I'm not a fan of like the Gaff artisan but just the amount of color saturation that's in the desk mat and how it pops is just so amazing to me. And so that's why I was like, I like bringing in. I'm a little vendor, right? I'm on the smaller side of vendors, maybe, upper small because of my face. People know my face and my name, but I like bringing in small time artists. I found the Animal Crossing joint, the Villagers Desk Mat, which is
it's on my wife's desk right now.
3DKeebs.com. You can go get that right now.
Promo code KeebNoob.
There you go. Promo code KeebNoob for 7% off. I was scrolling through the Animal Crossing Reddit because I'm still on there, even though I ain't played the game since the beginning of the fucking pandemic. But have any of us? And I saw this dude's art, like he made like and I was like, yo, I put in the comments. You can go through my history. I was like, yo, I want this art for a desk man. I'm dead serious. And we chopped it up in Discord, and it was history from there. And that's one of my favorite art because it's OG. It's little guy art, new visual design artist. Like I like that. Same with the Joy Desk Mat. I saw old girl's art, and I was like, I really love this. Black History Month, boom, it aligned. So we got a couple more coming.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Chewy knows what's up.
Do we are we still scheduled for Monday?
Oh wait, no. Oh, Jenny didn't tell you. So
No.
it's backed up. So it'll be. We could do it. We could. So we were talking about it, and
For those who don't know, we're talking about the Zyko Desk Man, the Church of Zyko's Desk Man.
Church of Zyko's Desk Man.
That's taken a year and a half to come to fruition.
It will be on 3DKeebs. I kind of slipped up and ordered it a little late, and then the shipping on shit is just taking forever. And so in order for it to be in stock, which I prefer on a desk mat, I understand doing group buys there. I know there's a lot of people in this community who are against group buys, but if you know how this community started, then you know motherfuckers was broke. Like, we ain't had no money. I ain't got no money to go buy 50 metal keyboards, or I don't have no money to go make these switches. So that's what a group buy lets you do. But with a desk mat, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, desk mats are not expensive to manufacture when you're talking about MOQs. So if you just take a substantial investment and do that, I can keep it in stock. So I don't really like doing group buys, but there's a timing element to everything. So like the 40 key pixel desk mat aligned with DCS paperwork.
Yeah.
Just good marketing. I had to put it up. Like there was no, even though I don't have it, I definitely had to put it up for sale, and it's done a great job. Shout out to the 40s gang, 40tober. Shout out to y'all. So yeah.
Yeah.
I want to smile at me the way Eric smiles at David. Nah, you're stupid.
Hey, I told Dave, he told me that you were coming on this week. I was like, I'm so excited to have you on. So your energy is infectious. It's awesome.
Me and Eric haven't met in person, but I cannot wait to meet Eric. I think we're gonna be best friends, and we're just gonna talk about my car and his car.
Yeah, that's exactly.
We both drive GTIs, so we got a connection there.
I'll be on the other side of the room.
Do you have a drawer under your seat?
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm so pissed. I want the drawer.
I think you can buy it and install it.
Oh, okay, I might have to get that.
This is totally off topic, but there was a post on Reddit the other day where someone bought one used, and someone had left a handgun in that drawer.
Saw that.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I can talk kicks. Yeah, I can talk. Yeah, all three of us can talk.
No, we can talk shoot. I can talk.
Man, okay, but why you gotta post your fucking Jordans that were destroyed and not put an NSFL tag for it?
I'm so sorry. But when I tell you, so I was having, it's been personal life has been it's been ups and downs, right? So this week has been a little rough. Last week was a little rough personally. And I come home from this crazy day. You see the joy of the pup in your eyes, right? She looks at you with love and affection. You know how your dog or cat or pet or whatever looks at you when you get home. And this bitch had my favorite Jordan 1. And it's not.
And you wear those all the time. All the time.
They are probably my dirtiest Jordans, and I wanted them that way. Like, I want people to know I wear these because the person that designed them is from Dallas. It's an artist named Blue the Great. So they're the Blue the Great ones. My life. I just went to bed. My wife was out of town. I texted her the picture, and I was like, good night. I'm going to bed. Like, I was toe up inside. And then I went on GOAT, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to rebuy them because I can't not have them in my collection. Them motherfuckers $400. I said I'm gonna have to sell a lot more
for mids. Yeah. Can we get let's do just wear the U4T, get the black U4Ts.
Yeah, no, I got U4Ts restocking next coming week. I need y'all to come get them because I need to buy me some shoes. Come get these big ass.
Hey man, keyboards go to Jordans. All right, that's
right.
So I gotta pay, man. I literally.
Yeah, I was
got a fucking pair of Jordans within reach.
I was so hurt.
Yeah.
See, I can't even keep my Jordans in reach because I can't keep no shoes in the living room. No shoes in the living room. That's what.
Luckily, he doesn't. My new dog doesn't go after anything if it's not on the ground.
That's good. That's good.
I usually keep the shoes that I wear. I put them right here, right on top of the trash can. But it looks a little. I'll do it now because now that I've announced it to stream. But anyway, keyboards.
Keyboards. What
Keyboards. So I want to ask because obviously you are a vendor.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I have run 2 group buys now.
Yes.
But
Thank you for the opportunity for that, by the way.
Thank you for that. For those who don't know, that happened in like a day.
I appreciate it.
It was like, hey, do you want to run the polycarbonate vodka at 60? And she was like, yeah, sure. I was like, cool. I'm announcing it literally tomorrow morning. And she's like, all right.
Cool. No, I really appreciate the opportunity. I meant to tell you that when you brought me my gift, and I punched you while I had one ankle. But yeah, I really
was assaulted live on Instagram. You can see that. You can see the hit. It's saved on our Instagram.
Nice.
But you know, we've talked a lot in the last few weeks about the hobby kind of slowing down. Obviously, you've only done a few keyboard group buys, and you and I both knew the risk of the Bacca 70 going into it. But has sales slowed down a little bit? Like, have you seen a noticeable change between maybe the beginning of the year and the end of this year? Because I felt like there was way more buying power at the beginning of this year than it was at the now.
Most definitely. I think probably at the beginning of the pandemic, my business mind says, okay, everybody's at the house. Most people who have money for keyboards are probably at-home workers. They probably have which is a luxury in itself to be able to work from home, because we got a lot of frontline people or teachers, education, whatever you're doing, that you might not be able to work from home. So, but if you are at home, that's saving money, right? I ain't got to pay for gas. I'm cooking food at the house. So I can spend an extra couple bucks on these switches and that's why I did the store the way I did it, because it's not a low barrier entry, but it's the cheaper side of our hobby and the part of the hobby that you need. You're building a keyboard, you need switches, right? But yes, sales definitely slowed down. I would say even before my accident. As far as like, I had a marshmallow group buy, which thank God for that. That kept the store alive all of June, I think. That allowed me to pay bills in June and pay. Shout out to Tangenique, who fills y'all's orders. Shout out to her husband, who bodyguards her and fills y'all orders. So, but the marshmallow group buy and a DSS carp, shout out to Ari, that kept the store alive for June. But sales definitely have slowed, but I don't think it's not as buying power is the only component of that. I think it's also the competitiveness of the field. Like, you want a switch, you want a tactile switch. I know where to go. I'm going to go to the names I know. I'm going to go to Novel Keys. I'm going to go to Cannon Keys. Cannon Keys is probably between Cannon Keys and Novel Keys, and most of this goes to Cannon Keys. I recently when I looked at his inventory, I was like, oh, Cannon Keys really out here with the switches.
Yeah.
And the PCBs and the shit. Cannon Keys is like my what do you call it when they have your design icon? My like business icon as far as a Keeb store is concerned. Upas is doing that shit right as far as keeping switches in stock, proprietary switches, shit like that. Like, I used to get, when I first started, I'd get mad because everybody had exclusive this, exclusive that. But that's the business model. If you can only get it from me, like, you can only get black U4Ts from 3DKeebs, and people love U4Ts, and of course I made them black, not only for Black History Month and because I love black and because I am black, but because black goes with everything. Most people default. A black keyboard is going to sell more than any other color keyboard. A black lube station, anything black is the default color. And so, yeah, I'm going to make a black U4T and make it exclusive to me, and can't nobody else have it. And yeah, so that's
also the other U4Ts kind of look like shit. They're like clear and like tan brown.
Pearl with the mustard switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby poop.
Yeah. Like, yeah,
Yes,
it's Gerber, baby. Shit.
interesting color choices on that one, but it's an amazing Switch. And I
I
just
need to bring you. I'm coming up to 3D Keep sometime this week because I need to bring you PCBs, but I need to bring the built polycarb because I built it with U4Ts,
see,
and it's clean.
I still gotta do mine.
You're flexing with that carbon fiber plate.
Oh yeah, y'all can pick that up. It's on pre-order right now. That Forge Carbon.
Shit, I need to get one.
I don't like the weave carbon fiber shit. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
So when I saw Forge Carbon Fiber, I was like, oh, that's beautiful. But I would say it's not as back to your original question. It's not buying power necessarily. Also, it's competitiveness, honestly. And if you don't keep your name out there, and we can I don't know if you had planned on talking about this vendor thing, but we could talk about Reddit where if I mean
listen, you're on the soapbox. You're more than welcome to vent as much as you would like.
so I have a vent.
Let's open it up.
Yeah.
Oh, we can open it up and read it. I don't know if y'all want to post it, if y'all want me to read it.
I was just gonna say, Davis, what's happening? Why aren't you listed as a vendor on Mech Market?
Eric, I don't fucking know, bro. Don't. For those, we can do a little backstory. So what happened was I was a vendor. Of course, I started the store a little over a year ago, back in August. You shoot them. Becoming a vendor just even a year ago was not a difficult thing, right? You send them what they asked for. I think it was like, your storefront, website, put your Reddit name somewhere on there, which I had in my little intro blog post introducing me so people would know who I was. And that was it. I got approved. I was a vendor. Boom. Shit started getting hectic. Lots more vendors come into the community, lots more scammers. So I understand the motivation about making things a bit more stringent. I get it. And so everybody loses their vendor. And I didn't even realize, because honestly, I'm not on, I don't go on Make Market unless I'm looking for something specific for me in my personal collection that I can't find. So I didn't even realize that the rules had changed until maybe after 2 or 3 weeks after they had changed. So when I went to go post my Reddit post for the store, it didn't let me. I was like, what the fuck? So I go look at the rules. I'm like, oh, this shit's new. Okay, let me go ahead and get my application in. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Didn't hear nothing. Okay, it's been like a month. I hit it up again. Boom, boom, boom. Didn't hear nothing. Whole dog jumped into his face.
Oh yeah.
He thinks he's a cat, apparently.
I'm trying to dog butt on the mic. Yep, I'm trying to keep my ankle elevated.
Wait, what you do to your ankle?
Long story short, I fell on it.
Your ankles, people.
You can check the beginning of the stream. I went into detail of how it happened.
I have to check it out. So I apply to be a vendor 3 to 4 times every 30 days. And I don't hear nothing. Dead silence. And then I forgot what month it was. Honestly, for me, guys, time is a blur, especially anything prior to June 1st is wiped out of my mind. But I go to post again and I ask for vendor and I finally get a reply back and it's saying, hey, you don't meet the criteria. I'm like, wait, what? What don't I meet? So I go look at the criteria. Let me break this down. Let me check. Multiple categories, check. Been in business, check. Haven't screwed customers over, check. Like, what is it? I don't know. Finally, one of the mods, we get into not a DM argument or anything, but he hits me up in Discord. And he's like, yeah, you should. I think at the time, Big Ass Mouse Pads wasn't its own category because at the time I only had like 1 or 2. And I'm no website designer, but I know how I like to navigate shit. And I'm not gonna go to a whole category for 2 fucking items. So I didn't have Big Ass Mouse Pads as its own category. So he was like, yeah, you should add that as a category. And you should start selling XYZ. I have the Discords. They're in my Discord somewhere. And
he's trying to tell you how to do your job.
I was you know when you texting your bae out in an argument, and your thumbs get to going, and then you had to backspace, because I realize the same way that I get screenshots of foul shit being said to people, somebody can screenshot me. My face is too public, my brand is too public. Let me clean myself up. So I take what he's saying, I say, okay. And I eloquently put, like, you're basically telling me to go take money and buy products that, one, my store is curated. I just don't buy shit for shits and giggles, right? I don't just say, oh, I'm gonna go get this switch. Oh, I'm gonna get this switch. There's a lot of stuff in my store I'd like to have that I just haven't been able to get to or haven't been able to afford because I'm literally flipping my income to buy more product. But then there's just some stuff I'm not carrying. I either don't like to ship it because it's big as fuck. If you notice, outside of keycap group buys, I could have been had in stock keycaps, but I'm not carrying that because have you seen how to ship that shit? Them big PBT? I don't have time. I don't like doing that. So no, I'm not going to do that. There's just certain stuff that I won't carry either because I don't think it's a good product. It doesn't fit the store's theme and what I want it to fit. Or honestly, I just logistically don't feel like dealing with it. So he's sitting there telling me the things I should carry as if he's about to pay for them, as if he's about to write these checks and send these Alibaba emails and pay off these invoices. And I was just like, okay. Took a step back, consulted with some friends, like, am I tripping? Gee, well, they did kind of tell me why. The base reason they told me was that there's a committee of people, apparently, and some people thought I should be a vendor and some people thought I shouldn't, and I don't have enough categories. That was the reason, which makes no sense, because if you go look at the vendor list, for instance, my supplier, Gazoo, is listed as a vendor, but he don't sell shit on the website.
He doesn't sell anything.
He doesn't have a storefront. You can DM him, maybe, probably not lately, but you can DM him and get stuff directly, but he doesn't have a storefront. There was somebody else, and I'm not hating on these people, and I come from the culture or the background where I'm not finna go snitch and be like, well, this, and this person got this, I'm not finna do that. You know the deal, and I'm not finna beg you. I'm too prideful. That whole strong, independent black woman shit is me. Like, you're not finna catch me slipping. I'm not finna beg you for anything. So, okay, cool. But I got riled up again. So a friend, shout out to Ari again, he was talking with that same mod about something else completely different. And he, had my back, as a lot of the community does from time to time, and said, hey, why isn't Davis a vendor? And that person said I was not. And this is the day I learned a new word. I really like words. He said I wasn't amenable, which is close to amendable. They both can get mixed up. But basically saying that I didn't take his suggestions and I didn't apply them. I didn't do what he said in order to become vendor.
Yeah, that's
so shitty.
That's where I start having big issues with that, because you're a Reddit mod, not like you're not trying to get, like, you're not a college trying to get into a fucking, like, the Big 12 or the SEC. Like, you're just trying to make money. They're fucking with your money at this point.
The thing about it is at this point, it's not even about being the vendor title. Like, if you look at my Reddit post, I put at the top, one, because I'm slightly petty, and I like to cuss. So I put, it's a vendor, bitch. And then I have in my people, my customers, y'all know who y'all are, come through and vouch for me and say, this is legit a vendor. She been around, she's good, her shit's great, her customer service is great, all that good stuff. My work speaks for itself. So I'm not this bulk and vendor. I don't want anybody to get it confused, like I'm hung up on titles. But it does add a certain amount of credibility right off the bat.
100%.
And so if I see a post, if I'm new to this community, and I go over to Mech Market and I'm looking for U4Ts or any type of Gazoo switch, and there's a limited amount of Gazoo vendors, right? And So Ringer Keys is out. MK Ultra, they had a relationship. They're out. Whoever the vendors are. Oh, 3DKeebs. Oh, I should buy from them. Oh, but wait, that's bulk. The fuck does bulk mean? Why she ain't got a vendor by her name? It looks crazy, right? So, and that's where it gets impacted. And the bitch about it is because I'm a rebellious bitch as well. So I could say, fuck Reddit. I won't post to Reddit. But one, that's only hurting me.
Yep.
Because everyone knows what happens. You post, and if you don't know, then I'm going to teach you something. You post on Reddit between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, Dallas, Texas time. That's where all your traffic is coming from. Most of our customers are probably in California, on the West Coast, Seattle, Washington, whatever. So that's your traffic's going to come during their lunch. They're going to be scrolling through Reddit like we all do on our lunch. Go check out what's going on Reddit. And they're going to see my post and they're going to start buying shit. Or they search for shit. I'm looking for U4Ts. I'm looking for inks. Who got them in stock? You've posted your Reddit post and now you're getting all this traffic to your site. So it's not like Reddit doesn't help. It definitely helps with business and traffic and awareness. So I can't just say fuck Reddit. Keep Talk don't do that for me. I fucking love Keep Talk. Keep Talk is a beautiful format. It's a beautiful forum. I wish it would get Geek Hack out of here, but it hasn't.
It just doesn't have the visibility, yeah.
It just doesn't have the visibility or the weight behind it, which is ironic because one of our larger faces in the community is behind Keep Talk, if I'm not mistaken. But that's just the truth of it. So you are fucking with my money and you're fucking with my pride and you're fucking with my ego and you're fucking with my logic and you always want to come through and say, I never want to be the person that's like, oh, it's racial. Like, I know I'm a one of one in this community as far as vendors go. So I'm very careful with the accusations because I have no proof that it's racial. But there are cliques in this community, and there are just like in anything else. I'm in corporate America as well. You got groups, and you got people who know people, and people who hang and do things. But if you're supposed to be an objective source for mechanical keyboard enthusiasts, then be an objective source. If you are gonna be the elitist keyboard community, then be that, and then I won't apply to be vendor there because that's not what I'm about. But
like, I'm trying to put this, like, think if like Keycult, if it's like, all right, what switches are you gonna put in this keyboard? And you say, oh, I'm gonna do GAT yellows, and they're like, wrong, you don't get a Keycult.
Yeah,
Like, that's how it feels. It's this over controlling like bullshit.
that's exactly what it seems, and I don't know the motivation behind it. People that would, if Danielle was this person, it wouldn't be like this, and that may be true. But I don't know. I know it's BS. I know I went off. I didn't go off on Ari when he, messaged me and let me know what was going on, but I did go off. And when I read it back like an hour later, I was like, do I regret it? No, I don't. And I would say it directly to those mods. You're being bitch made. You don't run a store. If you do run a store, you definitely should not be over the vendor app process because that's a conflict of interest. I know I have people who I work with or who I will be working with who are on the mod panel, and they were 100 with me, but they're not in there like that. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Some I'm aware of, some I'm not aware of. And I don't really, as much as I love the gossip and the tea of the community, when it comes to me, I only take in what I know is a fact or what I can see, what I can read, etc. So I don't know the motivation of why I'm not a vendor on Reddit. You have to ask them. I appreciate my petty 3DKeeb fam who go in the comments and be like, hey, why is she not a vendor? Hey, give this girl a vendor.
If there's one thing this hobby can do great, it's petty.
It's petty.
All right.
That's what I should have called the website, pettykeebs.com.
Can you please also make another sticker that just says 3DKeebs, your local non-vendor vendor, your local not a vendor vendor?
For sure. Like it's weird, and it gives me I don't know, I guess the bottom line of it and why it irks me so bad is because I don't like when things are unfair and they don't have to be. Like, we live in an unfair world. A lot of shit is unjust. A lot of shit is systemic. I come to this hobby to get pleasure. Before I was a vendor, I was a hobbyist. I'm still a vendor, and I'm still a fucking hobbyist. I got mad boards on my table right now. I haven't built yet, because I'm a collector and I like this shit. So for you to, add, I mean, every community needs a little bit of toxicity, but this is, to me, the wrong kind.
Yeah.
And it sets the wrong type of, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like how it feels. And because I don't know what the motivation behind it, it does make you question. Is it because I'm a girl? Is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm gay? But all of y'all, and when I say y'all, I mean the community as a whole, I'm generalizing, we'll be up here. Let's have the rainbow set. Black Lives Matter. Women this. Like, you'll go for these, but when it comes to supporting that, a lot of people don't, and that's where my frustration, and that's where my soapbox comes from, and that's where basically most of my energy that I've put into the store comes from. It's like,
it's living it, not just like doing it for the moment.
Yes, like we were, prime example, me and my wife have been thinking about moving from where we were, because we're so far from actual Dallas. Chewy knows where I stay. I'm far as fuck, right? But these houses were cheap, so when we drive, I work downtown Dallas, so I drive around like southwest Dallas, like basically the hood a lot. And you could see where these big ass houses are being built right next to shacks. And it would be easy for us to say, okay, let's buy a plot of land here, pay however much, and do that. But then you realize the effect that these big ass houses are bringing up the property tax value that the little shack people can't afford.
Yeah.
Whatever color. Yeah, it is gentrification, but I'm thinking about, as in my part to it, and there's always been a question, can black people gentrify? Yes. Because you come in there with your money and you bring the property tax value up, and now these people who live here, no matter what color they are, white, black, Hispanic, cannot afford that. And I don't want to be the problem for that. These houses are beautiful. I would love this house, but I'm not going to buy it here because I'm not going to be a part of this problem. So it's all action, and their actions are, I don't know the motivation behind them, but I would like to fight, honestly. That's just what it is. I just feel like a lot of people in the community haven't been punched in the face, or they've never
especially
had,
in the not in the last 2 years.
It's just so crazy to me that
they've never had those problems, and so when you've never had those problems, you don't have a character for things. I've been hit, I've been tackled, like in football, and I've been in fist fights, and so I know what it feels like to get smacked in the face, and I know what it feels like to smack somebody in the face, and there's just a lot of this community just hasn't been smacked in the face.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, but it's true.
It's crazy to me that like it still happens in a community where like the entirety of the community, your age, your orientation, your color, gender, anything doesn't matter to how you do the product or anything. Like you can't, you always hear the stuff, girls can't play sports as well as men, all that stuff. Like there is none of that. There is no like factor that you could even point to in keyboards, yet it's still a problem. It's like
it's like, like you look at the meetups, and that meetup, and I forgot all about it. The meetup that Novel Keys hosted. I would have liked to go to that. I was busy. My wife had friends in town. We took them to the fair. I would have liked to go to that, but I also saw Apiary is the only in Apiary might be debatable to some. I might be missing some Tita there too, but I like Apiary as far as streaming goes, and she's still the only girl there, and y'all are still questioning her credibility. Or
why?
Why? Don't understand. The girl knows her shit. Whether it's your type of shit or not, Apiary is clearly knowledgeable. Like, they're knowledgeable. There are women in this hobby. There are gay people in this hobby. And we know shit. And we do shit. And I still don't understand why there's still these clubs. No matter whether it's like a race club or a gender club or whatever. It's too many people. The community does skew young. And there's be some babies in this hobby. I don't be knowing they babies. That's why you gotta be careful who you talking to too. Cause you could be talking to a minor.
Yeah.
Fuck around and cuss
Don't
out.
need to be threatening minors.
Yeah.
Circling back to keyboards a little bit, we forgot to ask you what is on your desk today.
Right now, there's 3 things on my desk. So
By the way, she uses an Apple Magic Keyboard at work.
I do. I have no shame. I have no shame about it. Not at work, at the warehouse. Let's be specific.
Warehouse.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
warehouse.
There's a Bear 65 with Metropolis on my work desk. But at the warehouse, I definitely use a Magic Keyboard. So, of course, we got the Baka 60 polycarb that if you missed out on, I'm sorry for you. I just don't know what to tell you. It's a sexy ass board. I don't even fuck with polycarb like this, but this is too good. And the QC came out on it amazingly.
Yeah, we only had like 2 B stocks.
Mm-hmm. So I'm about to build that, but currently I have 2 profits because outside of Baka's cable is it cable card? How do you pronounce it? Cable card designs?
Cable card designs, yeah.
Yeah. Profit in the Angel series. I really fuck with. So I have this black profit that also needs to be built.
If
And
only you knew someone local that could build it for you.
exactly. I don't know anybody who could build. It's crazy. And then the board I'm using, let's unplug it, is my other profit with DCS, of course. The reason I have DCS on it is because, of course, we're running DCS paperwork at 3DKeebs.com. You can kit out 2 boards for under $200, if I'm not mistaken. 3DKeebs.com. Go get you that DCS paperwork. But anywho, I wanted to test DCS because I am a GMK stan, like a lot of the community. But not only is GMK expensive as fuck, it takes so long.
Yeah.
I want GMK Chaos Theory. Shout out to Nick. And why am I not gonna get it until I'm 36 or some shit? Like, what the fuck? Like why? Tell us how you. I love a win keyless 60%. Is it even a 60% if it's not win keyless? That's crazy. I do love a win keyless 60%.
Dude,
I'm excited about the Baka 70. Yes.
that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Well, Davis, guys, if you have any quick questions for Davis, please ask in the chat. I'm gonna do a quick sponsor roll. I think we'll push the keyboard of the week to next week because my foot is starting to throb.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done before I go to bed.
So we'll push. So October board of the month. October will be voted for next Tuesday. But we got OmniType. So check out mechsondeck.omnitype.com. Looks DMG, I believe, wrapped up, but Classicer, GMK Classicer is going on right now. So go check that out. A cool little kind of beigey white set. So check that out. mechsondeck.project.link for project keyboards. There's lots of pre-orders you can get from past group buys that he has pre-orders up. It's not super like upfront on the front page, but go check that out. Cannon Keys, go to cannonkeys.com/mechsondeck. GMK Soya Milk as well as GMK Rudy Round 2 are running right now. Lots of keycaps, lots of desk. They just released a bunch of desk mats. So go check that out. kineticlabs.store/mechsondeck. Hippo switches are honestly one of my favorite linears right now. So please go check those out. I know you've been really liking yours, I think. You built the Hippo board, right?
I messed around with it for like a week, but I haven't done a full build on it. Like,
that's
actual...
right. You did the Bakaneko, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go check that out. And then we've got some amazing partners. We've got Type Beast. Go check out Type Beast at typebea.st for an amazing newsletter. Zap Cables, the Bump Around 2 still running. They've got awesome desk mats, but yeah, also, of course, make cables. And then you can get their stuff made for cables. Smith & Rune. Check out smithandrune.com. The extras for the Iron 180 will be relatively soon, as well as the Polycarb 165. And Davis, why don't you talk to us about 3DKeebs? What can you get right now on 3DKeebs?
Right now, if you're looking for some group buys, you can get DCS paperwork. We've already hit MLQ on base, and I can bet if we go update them numbers, and if those proxies go update their numbers, we might be on MOQ on almost all the kits except for Ergo. If you on an Ergo keyboard, get your shit together and come buy this damn kit, because y'all play too much. We got the 40 key pixel mat, which is also, you can have a mat that matches your key set, because in the corner there's a keyboard with DCS paperwork. And if you got in on DSS after school 40s, got that on the mat too. It's a cute big ass mouse pad, so you gotta go do that. If you're looking for some in-stock shit, we got Gazoo switches coming this week. We got a restock coming this week. There's this beautiful, if you have a Baka 60, Squid 60, anything, there's this beautiful forged carbon fiber plate that I'm doing pre-orders for. They're gonna ship in a couple weeks actually, so those should be out to you pretty soon. Lube, stabilizer switches and lube, baby. Although the stabilizer game is looking a little weak right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, but just go to the website and buy some shit. Help pay for my Jordans that my dog ate. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Love it. Well, don't see. Oh, here we go. Do you have any preference to DCS keycaps on either linear or tactile switches?
So that means you don't know me, but let me introduce myself. My name is Davis, and I fuck linears. No. No.
Please clip that. That needs to be everywhere.
Can that be like when you go to the 3DKeebs homepage, that just plays?
Let me like, please. That needs, like, if you click switches, it plays that video, and then you go to the site.
No, DCS. These are on. What do I have? What am I typing? I think these are U4Ts. Oh no, these are navies. So in this blue
navies.
In the blue profit, I have navy. So I prefer tactile switches. Period. So yeah, that's my answer. I did try do linears. I tried it. I don't understand them. I don't know why y'all like them. It's like no feedback, like boring.
Gotta get a heavier spring.
I got what did I have?
I have those 80 gram symmetric springs you gave me. I'm putting those in a build soon. I don't know what yet, but probably my bumper.
For the Baka, I'm gonna put some 2-stage U4Ts in them.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, sounds. But yeah, I can't give you a preference on that because I don't fuck with linears. So sorry.
There was another question of if you were planning on getting the Gazoo linear Thok switches.
Of course. Let me tell y'all a secret. Care about how you feel about Gazoo. His shit be selling. So I like his shit. I'm gonna put it in the store. And I like it. But yes, I plan on getting them. I know there was a delay. I think there was a manufacturing delay. Because they were supposed to come out like October. They were supposed to be out. So I'm just waiting on them to come through. But yes, I will be carrying. If Gazoo lets me buy it, I will sell it. Except for one thing I received, which was a prototype for a loop station I'm not a big fan of. So
yeah, Starstone and I agree. Linears all feel the same. It's more about sound.
Okay.
And I like the way hippos sound. And I like the way cream sound. And I was a fan of I will say out of the box lavenders were amazing. Outside of those three, I'm like, whatever.
I use Marshmallows Squid 60, my number 20 edition Squid 60.
No, that's the Baka 60.
Excuse me, Baka.
That's the OG Baka 60. There's only 20 of those.
Yes, so mine's
been out of commission for a while.
I put Marshmallows in that one, and honestly, because none of my group buy boards had come in, I just kept rebuilding it. Pro tip: if you have boards and you have the itch to build, and your group buys are taking forever. You're waiting on your U80 or whatever. Just rebuild. Just buy a new PCB. Get another plate, especially if it's 60%. Just rebuild that bitch, and that'll hold you over for a little bit.
There it is.
So I rebuilt it, and marshmallows was cool. I tried it, but I'm tactile game all day.
So, Fuzzinator asks other Bakas after 6070. There's a 40, and in the distant future, I'd love to do an F-Rollless numpad board. I've talked to Eric about that for a long time.
Yes,
F-Row or F-Rollless. I don't know which one I want to do yet.
F-Rollless, make it.
But I talked about that. The three layouts I talked to Eric about literally before Mechs on Deck was even a thing. Well, I guess maybe it was after Mechs on Deck was a thing, but
yeah, it was like the same time we started talking about it.
Talking about keyboards was I wanted to make a 60, I wanted to make the 70, and I wanted to make a arrowless full size keyboard.
Yeah,
was the main one.
F-roll, basically full size minus
minus the navigate. So it would have it basically be a Baka 70 with a numpad.
Y'all play too much.
So
who just ran that F-Rollless? Was that the
Canon Keys just did the balance, which is this.
I didn't get the balance. What's the Onyx? I didn't forgot.
I don't remember.
The Onyx cost.
One of my favorite boards I've ever typed on is Starstone Cypher. It was an amazing board.
The Cypher is so fire.
So,
and by the way, another disclaimer: if you have a Cypher and you want to sell it to 3DKeebs, hit me up in my DMs. Don't hit me with the net market prices.
But Starstone, if you're selling your Cypher,
yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Hit me up.
No, hit me.
We'll fight. We can share it. We live close.
Okay, fine.
So Davis, thank you very, very much for coming on the show. I'm glad you were able to come on with Eric this time.
Yeah.
And thank you for the short notice, the double short notice, because you definitely. I think I forgot to tell you that it was Tuesday, not Wednesday. And on top of that, I hit you up this past weekend because Apiary had a scheduling conflict. But next week we will have Apiary on. But thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much, guys. I love being here. Y'all know where to find me, 3dkeebs.com. Hit the Discord. Y'all know the Instagram. Eric, me and you gonna chop it up about our GTIs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So this Saturday, I will be building the Hive 60 that I've already built, but I built it for a customer and then I bought it off of that customer because I like the board so much. Happy to be building a personal build of a 60%, which I just feel like hasn't happened in forever. But let me find someone to stream or to raid.
Yeah.
And we'll get that going. And then next week we'll have Apiary on.
Yeah. So we're going to be closing up for tonight. Again, Davis, thank you for hanging out with us. And everyone in chat, just even if you're not going to buy something, just go to 3dkeebs.com. Just
some traffic.
Yeah.
Just run some traffic. You ain't got about nothing. I know we broke out here these days. Buy something next Friday when you get paid. I know the deal.
There we go. We go.
We're going to raid Das Ubersloth.
Ooh.
I have no idea who this person is. I just scrolled down and there he was. So
that's a heavy name.
That is. But
you know what a name just put weight on you?
Das Ubersloth.
We'll see y'all on Saturday. Bye.